Hi, I'm Fox 29's Rachel Leigh at Extreme Indoor Karting in Fort Lauderdale, and I invite you to come racing with Rachel.
Welcome to my kitchen. I hardly ever use it.
Discover the world of equestrian sports with the kickoff of Saturday Night Lights. But you can't win if you don't enter, so we'll see you weekday mornings from 7 to 9 a.m.
And that's the deal from Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek. Chat with me Wednesday and look out for your comments.
They stand on chairs, balance upside down, and bend in incredible ways. It's one local man's vivid imagination brought to life.
When I was a youngster, it didn't necessarily work to my advantage because it was hard for me to stay focused in school.
But in the career world, it's paid off. It started in 1993 when the Breakers Hotel on Palm Beach hired Neil Goldberg.
They had engaged me as a creative director to do this very high-profile international variety show, and so I traveled to about 6 different countries and found unique talent and discovered the whole world of Cirque.
But it didn't die there. Goldberg founded Cirque Productions, headquartered in Pompano Beach. Now on his 14th show, Cirque Dreams Illumination is traveling the world.
You stop and get your shoes shined, and the next thing you know, your shoe shine chair is stacked 12 chairs high, and you can change the light bulbs on a 30-foot high ceiling.
All costumes are hand-sewn at his studio in Pompano.
What we're looking at here in this little box is about $10,000 worth of Swarovski crystal rhinestones. And what some people really don't realize when they see these costumes on stage, just this box alone may be enough to deal with 4 costumes.
Even I dress up and take a spin in the German wheel.
The abundance of talent that's around the world that comes my way, that gives me an opportunity to craft and stage and reform and create spectacle on stage is limitless.
Goldberg's next venture is Cirque Dreams Broadway, which premieres next year. Rachel Leigh, Fox 29.
August 8, 2009 was a day America remained glued to their televisions as 2 journalists returned home from North Korea. It was supposed to be a relatively safe trip, but on a frozen river separating China and North Korea, Leigh found herself staring down the barrel of a gun. Leigh, while reporting on human trafficking of North Korean women, crossed enemy lines.
It was the hardest, it was the most difficult situation of my life, but I guess it was also the biggest test of my strength.
For 140 days, Leigh remained captive, wondering if she'd ever be free.
Sometimes I would have great hope, and other days, tremendous despair. Some days I felt like it might be my last. Others I did imagine myself living a very long life in a North Korean labor camp.
Then her prayers were answered.
I was ushered into a room along with my colleague Yuna Leigh, and these doors opened up, and then they're standing before us as President Clinton, and it's weird because I don't know if it was the lighting in the room or my imagination, but I felt like I saw a halo hovering.
So many people after going what you went through would probably say, I'm throwing in the towel, I don't want to do this anymore. Why are you still doing the reporting and bringing light to this situation?
Well, people say, oh, you're so brave. Really, the brave people in all of this are the people of North Korea who are struggling every day, the women that I was covering, the people who just are going through so much more. And I hope to be able to shine a light on them because they are the real brave people.
And to a crowd of women of all ages, Leigh delivered her message of bravery and hope during the PNC Women in Power Luncheon.
We could bring women into the community that have been successful, public figures, business, the arts, whatever. Bring them in and have them speak about their experiences. Provide opportunities for kids at the Y to see them, so young girls at the Y to see them. That provide some kind of role model and some kind of inspiration, plus creating a venue for us to get to know people.
The series is becoming so popular, they are moving to the Palm Beach Convention Center next month.
You know, we're big believers in getting involved in the community and doing things that are a little bit different. There's nothing quite like this going on in the community, so we're very proud we created it ourselves.
And these luncheons benefit the YWCA of Palm Beach County, which is helping young women grow up to be tomorrow's leaders.
In womanhood, some things that most girls don't get to learn, I can learn them, so when I get out there in the world, I'll be able to teach them to other young women.
And maybe one day stand before a crowd of women just like Leigh and spread their own message of empowerment. Rachel Leigh, Fox 29.
At 334 pounds, I was not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't like my wedding pictures.
Jennifer Evans' battle against the bulge began in 3rd grade.
Put on the kitty pounds and then I lost them a little bit in high school, kind of got taller.
It was a vicious cycle of losing 20 and gaining back 50. That is until 3 years ago.
What's your weight today?
I usually hang somewhere between 155 and 160.
She started with diet.
My favorite thing to say is I've had a cookie before, I've had cake before, I know what that tastes like. It's not a new experience for me, so I can do without it at this point.
120 pounds later, she turned into a gym rat.
My day doesn't really feel complete unless I've gotten some sweat on in the morning early, and then I go about the rest of my day.
Now she's even competing.
So you've done a triathlon. I believe you've done a half marathon as well. What's your next goal? What are you working towards?
Well, I did a sprint distance triathlon in June, but I'm thinking maybe an Olympic distance triathlon, which is a little bit longer.
And Jen gives a lot of credit to the support she received right here at home.
I couldn't have done it without my husband, without my family being there. It kind of makes me tear up because it's emotional for me. But I really do think that if I can make a change like that in my life, and I struggled with it all my life, I feel like anybody can do it.
Here are some tips from Jen.
Look for the hidden sugars and the things, just because it says low fat, sugar free doesn't always mean it's the best for you. I've learned to think about, especially now that I exercise quite a bit, as food as fuel for my body. I wrote down everything I ate. That was something that was helpful to me to know that I had, 4 lines for vegetables, and when I reached that 4th line, I was done. I had 3 lines for fruit, and when I reached that 3rd line, I was done. So I kind of mapped out and planned ahead what I was eating for the day.
Jen now has big plans of celebrating her 10th anniversary by reshooting her wedding photos. Rachel Leigh, Fox 29.